Hello, this is Amber Wallach. This is my Luna final project presentation. I just want to say hello to everyone. Hello, Professor. Alright, let's get started. So I did this slide, transgender, what is it? I just wanted to get a basic understanding, like a basic foundation, so we know what we're talking about and like a general understanding. So transgender is an adjective denoting or relating to a person whose sense of personal identity and gender does not correspond with their birth sex. So what that means, what is that talking about? So for someone who's born a boy, but then later on in life they start dressing in like girls' clothes, or getting more attached to like the girly things, and then they start identifying as a girl. That's basically what it means. Um, Kind of like people saying growing up in the wrong body, as an example. Um, and to relate it to the story, Liam was knew for a very young age that he wanted to be Luna. Um, Coming to terms with and finding a perfect name, Mysterious, Luna, the Moon, and with this transition, it comes with a lot of surgeries, a lot of mental things. People do get hormone shots or like estrogen shots and do a lot of things to completely change their whole identity to completely fit what they've been desiring their whole lives. Instead of being a boy, they want to be a girl, or vice versa. And then transgender in the US. I think transgender in the US, it is very open. A lot of people are accepting. I think there is a couple people who think it's wrong. I think people who don't understand it think it's wrong. But the LGBTQ community is there, and they're accepting. But there was a study that said on my presentation, 87% of transgender students reported they've been verbally harassed. 87% because of their gender expression, just because they wore a skirt or they wore a flannel or they wore something that wasn't their gender. And half the time, kids that are transgender that go to school are bullied every day, harassed just for being who they want to be. And then in 2016, Obama did put out an executive order to protect transgender rights, that transgender students should have bathrooms, that people should be saying the right pronouns, and that they should have locker rooms based on their identity. Transgender students should be comfortable and with who they're identifying, and going to the bathroom where they feel comfortable going. And I did wanted to say everyone should be treated respectfully and with love, how everyone else should want to be treated. Because abuse and to transgender or anybody in the LGBTQ community, that does happen. Not everyone is accepted, unfortunately, but just to put something out there, that does happen. And administration challenges. So what I think administration challenge is that they need to create a space where the students can feel safe and comfortable, and they don't need any harm. Also, administration, all they have to do is just ask. They just need to ask for the right pronouns. Hey, what do you want me to call you? They, them, or he, him, she, her. That's all they have to do. So the comfortable who is not the comfortable, the person who is transitioning, or the person who's already has, makes it feel more comfortable for them, and they are being addressed the right way. I think maybe another challenge for the administration would be putting in gender neutral bathrooms for them, or lockers. I know maybe that costs money, or just trying to change things does take a long time. But that's a challenge that they need to start doing so everyone can feel comfortable. I did read in a website that transgender students are rather holding the their pee, or not going, just not straight up not going to the bathroom because they don't feel comfortable. So it's causing health problems as well, and hopefully this can be fixed. And also, an easy fix, like I said in my presentation, that multiple shower curtains in there can help give some privacy during after sports games or after gym class, so the transgender students can be comfortable. I think also another challenge is dress code. I know from being in school, from middle school to high school, it was very strict. You would get written up for like a spaghetti strap, or written up for your skirt being too short. But I think people who either A, struggle their identity, or or is or identify as another gender should be able to wear whatever they want. I mean, here in the U.S., we can express ourselves. We can express whatever we want to wear. Who would express anything? So, like I said, men transitioning to women want to wear skirts and blouses. Girls can do it, so can they. While girls transitioning to men, they want to wear flannels, t-shirts, or even tank tops during the summer. And also girls want to wear tank tops because it's so hot, and especially in here in Arizona, it is hot as heck. So they just want to be transgender people in general, or students in school in general, just want to wear whatever they want. I mean, in college we can. So I just think the dress code is a little bit strict, and especially for everyone that just wants to be comfortable and just want to learn. And in its administration in Luna. So what I found my examples in Luna in the book was that in chapter 22, Luna finally comes out of school, and of course her bully Hoyt is harassing her, not touching her, but grabbing her shoulder and making a big scene in reality. And then the big crowd of girls come around them, and of course he has to embarrass her, and then he says, don't what, do this. And he's messing around with her wig, with Luna's wig, and he just takes it off her. And then in the book it said in clumps that it was coming off Luna's wig. And then in the same chapter, actually, in the same paragraph, Hoyt was telling Luna that she was a pervert, and even a cuss word was in there. You are a blank pervert. Just being just being ridiculous. Luna should be able to dress however she wants, finally having the courage, and he just knocked it down. And it's just not bothering him, so it's not a big deal. I know that he was her big time bully, but that's no reason to knock somebody down. And the big problem was, in just that situation alone, there was no teacher, there was no principal, there was, of course, just besides this, any bullying case, there's no consequences. Oh, okay, let me just yell at you, and then it goes away. But really, then the next week it happens again, and it's a continuing cycle. So even just bullying alone, I think, just doesn't get solved, and no teachers were around the corner helping them or diffusing the situation. And any other situations Hoyt and Luna have been in before, there probably weren't teachers around. There's probably people that won't help them. So yeah, this probably wasn't the first situation that they've been in. And an action plan. What I think should be done is we need to have a plan to protect our LGBTQ students and anybody in the school that is getting bullied. I think a great way, I mean, in my high school, we did have a security officer there. So he would be going around the school and talking to everybody, making sure everyone was safe. So I think maybe if we had a couple of those on campus, because a lot more young people are identifying with the LGBTQ, and some schools or might have bullying more. Some schools don't have bullying. I know my school didn't. Um, Everyone was kind of friends there. Everyone kind of knew everyone. So I think heightened security would be a great idea, or just a couple friends walking at class, or a classmate to back and forth to each class, so everyone isn't by themselves. Everyone has someone walking with them, making sure they're always with somebody, or just make sure they gets to class. So that would be a great idea. I feel like there should be definitely more stricter rules. I feel like there's no consequences to people who bully. They just get a slap on the wrist and, oh, okay, well, and then the principal says, oh, we don't do that, we follow through. Well, no, you don't. And then teachers, I've heard, just gloss over the situation. Like I said, um, bullying is just literally right in front of their eyes, like in the classroom, and they just yell and say it's okay and go to the principal. But I feel like nothing is being taken seriously. So with an action plan and more stricter rules on bullying, it should be taken care of. And lastly, counseling. I think that'd be a great idea to get that more involved. I know not many students want to use that, but I think it's a great idea. And like I said, to make an appointment once a week mandatory. I know some students don't want to use it, but every once in a while talking to someone that does help, that isn't a friend, a family member, a teacher, someone who wouldn't judge. I think that would be a great idea to make that mandatory so people can get off their chest and say what they have to say. And then my opinion, I love the book. I think Julianne Peters did do a wonderful job. I was surprised that I actually did really like it. I didn't think I would. I don't know why. I didn't think I would be like really interested in it, but it is. I just thought it was crazy that she put the book in a different point of view. I really enjoyed that. I think it gives a different perspective instead of being Luna. And you can see how she's going through it and how she's transitioning. Like I said, it's a huge eye opener for the young kids who are trying to find themselves and their bodies are changing. Um, and then I also said that 70% of transgender students said that they would avoid using the bathroom like earlier, or 75% of students felt unsafe at school, and there should be no reason why any student should not feel comfortable. Sorry, because when avoiding the bathrooms, you can cause major health problems like urinary tract infections, holding your urine and everything. So it'd be so much easier just to avoid that and not have to deal with that at all and not cause any more problems. And I did characters, talk about them. Luna learning from young age that she was born in the wrong body. So transgender, she wanted to be a she. And then has a sister Reagan, helped her out so much. And then Reagan, sister of Liam. But then Luna, she was dealing with school. She's dealing with her chemistry teacher. She finally found a boyfriend that she was happy with, even though they kept getting on the wrong foot sometimes. That's okay. Yeah, and then also dealing with the family, the mom, elsewhere, and then the dad being short tempered. Um, wasn't really taking anything and making sure Liam was doing boy things and not being Luna doing her things. And then mom knew about everything. So, but throws her work in the family instead. I think she's interested in somebody else at work. It's like she's not even there half the time in the story when she's at home, but she's just working away. And then Allie is the best friend of Reagan and Luna. She's known them forever. So I think she was a little afraid at first in the first transition when Liam showed Allie and Luna. But I think she's coming around, finally understanding it and everything. Transgender views today. I think it's gonna take a while for people to understand, but I think it's people are coming around and people are accepting transgender people and Luna themes, mostly family, identity, gender, jealousy, lies, and transformation, is what you can find in the book. Um, yeah, and then fighting the stigma. I just wanted to tie this along with Luna, how he was transitioning, that men do not have to be masculine all the time. They can cry, they can wear girl clothes, they can wear pink, they can wear this or that. It just doesn't matter. It's clothes for a reason. And resources